Flexa AMP token debate with Tyler Spalding. Why Flexa and AMP will beat Bitcoin. This is what we're talking about for today because it came from this video that was shared in our Discord server. So shout out to Jay Pizzle for sharing this video with us because it was really interesting in terms of connecting what's happening in the world today with El Salvador adopting Bitcoin, and even they went in as deep as what will happen if Walmart uses the Lightning Network Strike versus Flexa. If you don't already have a network for talking about cryptocurrencies and just to help you, support you when the dip falls, tell you to buy the dip rather than sell out, then please join our group because you're gonna get a lot of value from that. You can find the link to our group just in the description or the pinned comment below. Other than that, if you haven't already, please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and now let's jump into today's video. Alright, before we get anywhere, we gotta talk about who Tyler Spalding is, because if you're new to Flexa, new to AMP, you're gonna be wondering, who the heck is this guy? And why does he have any credibility onto what we say? So Tyler Spalding is basically, has been an entrepreneur for the last 25 years, and he is an aerospace engineer by trade. He's worked for NASA and Space Shuttle program for several years and has been in payments for the last 10 years. And he's also been in Bitcoin since early 2011, I believe. So he's been around, and he started Flexa in 2018. There's a lesson. Whenever you are looking at a new project, always look at who the co-founder is, who the team is, in order to get a sense, because the team, the co-founder, they lead the project to either success or failure. And it looks like Tyler Spalding is much more smarter than I, so I'm gonna put my money where he's putting his money. Let's talk about the differences between the Lightning and the Flexa network. Now, when it comes to payments with digital currencies, Tyler Spalding and Flexa is all about mainstream usability because that is going to bring about adoption. Now, Lightning Network and its counterparties, according to Tyler in this video, he mentioned that they would probably not ever be usable in a widespread commercial sense. Because the thing is, Flexa is trying to connect digital payments to every pre-existing merchant hardware and software in the world. Flexa already has native integrations with point-of-sale systems that tells the terminals that an authorization has been made. It's proprietary technology that tells the terminal that there are funds that are in this terminal right now and it can be used to pay for the purchase, and Flexa will pay them out. In addition, Flexa will allow the customer to spend whatever asset they have in whatever wallet, and the merchant will be able to accept that payment. And this is done in the most cost-effective and fraud-proof way. A little side note right now, if you go to another country, how would you spend money there? You would actually have to go to the currency exchange and exchange your money for their money and spend that money, or you can pay by credit card, which incurs foreign transaction fees. Unless you have one of those premium credit cards that don't have foreign transaction fees, most of them will have fees. Now what Flex is doing, they're allowing you to spend whatever currency you have wherever you want, except that they only charge a minuscule amount of that fees for whatever you use in the Flexa network. When you're using that network to make transactions, you have to pay like a 1% fee or something, which is significantly smaller than what you pay when you use something like a credit card, or what you have to pay when you exchange money. Tyler went on to mention that ACH payments, you know what they are, right? They are a very insecure way of making payments. Unless we have a guarantee or a strong counterparty, if there is an exploit, then you can really get burned. And that strong counterparty has to meet multiple amount of high requirements, get multiple licenses, and it's basically a huge pain to get set up. And we're not even talking about the effort to make it work when you're at scale either. Venmo payments, for example, just cannot be used. The merchant can accept it, but Venmo tells them not to do it because chargebacks and reverse payments can so easily be done. Now we're going to talk about NCR and Flexa. Now I did a video in the past about NCR and Flexa, and I didn't really know in that video what NCR, what industries they touched. In this video, I found out that NCR has their hands in all the ways Walmart takes payments. So when you know that, yeah, that is really cool. That is how Flexa is gonna win. Now look, you can use Flexa on big box retailers like Dunkin' Donuts, Nordstrom, etc. But in this video, they talked about since Flexa is partnered with National Cash Register that is integrated and handles all the POS systems across many verticals like Walmart and other big corporations, that means that Flexa has first movers advantage. And that presents a challenge for other payment networks like Strike. Let's talk about Tyler's rant on the Lightning Network because he went on a whole rant in this video. Now, Strike works fine, but what you're doing is you're buying Bitcoin through an exchange where the liquidity providers, which is sent through ACH. Now, there will be fees when buying through the exchange because they're not going to do this for free. I think they're doing this for free right now, but it's not going to happen forever. They will start charging fees. And when there is scale, the exchanges will also definitely scale up their fees. Now, Tyler mentioned that the government can totally stop the recipient from receiving money out of the Lightning Network. They didn't dive too deep into this, and I want to know more. But they used the example of party poker. Apparently party poker had something similar where the government told them that they couldn't transfer funds between people like what the Lightning Network does. But they did it anyway using some different method of fund transfers. And at the end, the government seized all their domains, not for gambling, but for bank fraud. Now let's talk a little bit about the Flexa Tokenomics. Now Tyler explained it in the video like this. The user pays for the transaction fee into the network. That is, when you fund your wallet, you pay a transaction fee. Flexa charges the merchant 1% of the purchase and then uses that 1% to buy back AMP on the open market to redistribute that back to the stakers of Flexa or the stakers of AMP. Anyone can stake into Flexa and anyone can drive the economic benefits of the Flexa network. So there is a selfish motivation there for individuals, and people are providing collateral in AMP. I am one of them. Now Tyler used a Walmart example, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but also since this is related to Walmart, let me talk about my passive income stream with Walmart a bit. Alright guys, just want to walk you through Walmart automation. This is something that is another passive income stream for me. I work with a trusted partner in order to do this. They do all the work and I just sit back and collect payments while providing the funds to fund inventory. You can see that the last payment that I got was $4,700 and the payments before that was $4,100. So they've been scaling it up. But on top of this, I've been using Amex to buy all the products from Amazon and Wayfair, things like that, and mark it up 25-30% and sell that to Walmart. And we've been seeing all of these transactions. So every dollar on these transactions is 1.5% because of the card I'm using. You could also use cards to earn travel points and things like that, so you could travel for free while earning a profit. But not only that, I'm also doing these for write-offs. Because I own a business now, you can see that I started this in 2020. My federal refund is $18K. Compare that to 2019, which was $11K. The only difference there is because now I have a business, I could do more write-offs. So you could earn more money by sleeping, earn more points by sleeping, and you get a bigger and better write-off on your taxes. So if you want to learn more about this, then please feel free to DM me at support@coursehack.club. I'll be happy to explain more of this to you if you want to know more. Alright, so let's talk about this Walmart example that Tyler used in this video. Now he used the example where Walmart makes about $100 million per hour. Crazy. Now, to make $100 million per hour, they need to have economic insurance to provide for that. So they need to have $1 million worth of economic insurance per hour. The Lightning Network cannot handle this because it is based on Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin rewards somewhere like 6.25 Bitcoin per block, and each block is 10 minutes. So that's 250K every 10 minutes, which equates to about 1.5 million that is generated in Bitcoin value per hour. But that here, we are using the value of $40,000 per Bitcoin. Now, 1.5 million is great, but it is not enough economic insurance to cover the needs of Walmart, which does $100 million an hour. And that's if they use Bitcoin as collateral, like AMP is used for collateral on Flexa. Now, I haven't researched Strike yet, and I don't think that they provide collateral like that. If you know anything about it, then please let me know in the comments below because I'd love to learn from you too. But for Flexa, they can handle 100 million no problem, because right now I think there is 1.5 billion of spending capacity in Flexa to be used as collateral. So 100 million per hour for Walmart is no problem. They can handle Walmart's needs, but for the world right now, they probably can't handle that yet. So we are still very, very early in the game. And then further in the video, Tyler talked about the government can literally take over Bitcoin because all you really need is 51% of the network. All the mining equipment right now is really, really hard to come by. They're expensive and it's hard to get your hands on them. It's like drugs. But the government can find all the miners, offer them whatever money they want, and buy all their mining equipment if the government wanted to do that. And the government can't afford this because they can print money. Let's be honest. If the government came to you and they wanted to buy all your mining equipment for $10 million and you bought all that equipment for 100K, you're gonna do it. So basically in this video, Tyler just confirmed it all along, what I've been saying all along. Bitcoin is monopolized. And you know, 10 million might be a lot for us, but for the government, it's just a penny in a pool. Let's finish this video off with weaker versus stronger countries. Now, with El Salvador adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, Bitcoin is doing exactly what it preaches, banking the unbanked. El Salvador has been using the US dollar for the last 2 decades, I believe, and they have no control over the monetary policy of the US dollar. With all the money printing that is happening, of course that's going to affect their economy and their survival. So Bitcoin for them is a way for survival and a way for them to do business. In addition, where there are countries that are going through hyperinflation, they can't trust their own currencies because they're devaluing at such a fast pace. If people don't know what the value of their money be in the next 10 minutes, yeah, Bitcoin is the safer bet. And it's a different story for us living in the first world. where Bitcoin and cryptos is just a way for us to hedge our wealth, because our nation can print more money and have the financial means to push others around. But like I said before, it is only the US that has the power to throw sanctions at countries and prevent them from doing business with other nations, or prevent them from doing trade. Well, that's it. That's a review of this video. I'm gonna put this in the pinned comment and the description below, so you can check it out if you want to. I hope you learned something about how much power Flexa has, and you can just buy it for a couple cents right now. So get in while you can still get in. Other than that, I hope you learned something about both Flexa and current events about Bitcoin. If you haven't already, please be sure to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, check out these other videos on cryptocurrencies and passive income, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.